What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rich Nice back once again. So today we're going to put the bed on the truck, or at least attempt to. Before that, we did some work around the house. Had some more concrete poured out here by the pool. We also had some concrete poured over here by the storm shelter. We had this sidewalk put in. And then we had all this concrete right here over by the door. All this. We had a new curb built right here. That way we can move some vehicles around, be able to park them without having to worry about parking them in the grass and the mud and everything else. So without further ado, this is our old bed. As you can see, without all the junk, it's full of Swiss cheese. You see holes everywhere. This truck came from up north, Nebraska. So I found a guy here locally that had a bed that's in much better shape. So we're going to attempt to use this bed. It even has the mounting hose for the carriage bolts already in place, where that one, they were all wallowed out and couldn't use them. So we're going to attempt to put this bed on, and I made this contraption. I think this is like a 6x6. We just use an eyelet bolt so we can use our cherry picker, and basically what will happen is this will pull up underneath the bed rails and lift the whole bed up. That way we can be able to maneuver it and put it out. But before that, we need to get the truck out, so we're going to attempt to put that bed on. And here's the truck, just sitting here chilling. So we got our painless wiring harness in. It's all hooked up. Got a few wires we need to clean up, but for the most part, as you can see underneath the dash down here, well, you can see that, but it's pretty much cleaned up. We still got the wires for our dome light that we got to hook up. Here's our wire for our amp. We don't have a stereo yet, so biggest thing is let's get this bed on.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
Catch the wheels. That way it just makes it easier for me to push around. Get it pushed over, get it lined up, and go from there. Alright, YouTube, as you can see, our bottom of our Fred bed is hitting the bumper, so we're gonna have to take this rear bumper off, unfortunately. So I'll get this off and we'll go from there. YouTube, we got the bed semi on. We got a piece of wood on here to jack it up so I can start working on the wiring. I have no idea what this was for. Maybe a trailer, I'm thinking, but it's not supposed to be here, so we're gonna get rid of it, and then we got to fix that so I won't have to cut this out and take the one out of that bed over there. So, and then we got to decide whether or not we want to cut that piece right there off, it's hanging down, that plugs into this piece right here. Just so, I think I got another one of those in the shop somewhere, so I have to look for it. That way I don't have to cut that one, just in case I might need it later on. So, which we shouldn't, but I'll get this fixed up and then we'll be back. Like to do these is to put the wire through, take the other wire, then you wrap it around itself, do a crisscross, then you pull your sleeve back up, then you heat shrink it, or then you heat it up, melt the solder, then you pull your heat shrink up and put that around it, and it'll be good to go. So that's how these solderless connectors work, just in case I haven't told you that in the past. So I'll finish this and then we'll be back. Well, y'all can see that, but the solder spreads when you melt it. So the wires are nice and secure. Then we'll just pull our heat shrink up, wire it up. Then we'll get this taped up because this wire is so brittle, excuse me. Wire is so brittle. Done. The only thing we gotta do is just tape this up, just to protect the wires, because you can see some of my little, yeah. On my old plug. So this is what we need to plug into the one underneath the truck bed. So we're gonna cut it right here where all this mess is, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll use the heat shrink and the solder butt connectors, and we'll get this put on. Came back inside the shop because it's like 40 degrees outside and the wind started blowing, so it got a little chilly. So I found the old connector from the old bed, so we'll just cut it right here and splice it in using our butt connectors with the solder in them, and along with the heat shrink, and then this will get plugged into the frame, and then that piece that's in the back will get plugged into here. Then we'll see about getting our fuel tank wired up, or put our filler neck in. So one thing at a time, and slowly but surely it'll be there. To have the filler neck come up through this hole right here through the bed, I think it's just going to be the easiest for the time being. This is a filler neck. It'll have 3 screws that holds it in. It'll fit down and sit flush on this flat surface right here. So I think that is going to be the best option. We just got to make sure that we clean any dust or any debris off of it whenever we get ready to fill up. So it is what it is. Let's get to it. Full cut for our filler neck and our cap. So this should just slide right down in here just like this, and then we'll use 3 screws to put it in. So we should be good to go. So as always, we'll come over here. You can see it sticking down right there. So we just got to get our filler neck, which is over here, just to line up with this a little bit, and then we should be good to go. So I think we're just going to have to cut some off. Maybe if we turn it like that, and then you can see we probably need to cut about 2 inches off. Let me get my marker and mark this.